Anti-Imperialist Front TV viewers, this is the periodic news program covering 7th January 22 January 2023. 11 revolutionary prisoners from Turkey imprisoned in Greece achieved victory after 97th day of their hunger strike. 11 prisoners starting a hunger strike on 7th of October with demands including fair trial and freedom until their appeal hearing is concluded. At the appeal hearing on 10th of January, the court decided to carry on with the appeal without arrest for 10 of the prisoners, and they were released on 11th of January. On 14th January, revolutionary prisoners held a press conference to announce and celebrate their victory. They said, "We were sure that we would win the victory with this resistance. We know this both from our own history and from the history of the peoples of the world. The attack organized by imperialism and fascism through the reactionary government of Greece was foiled." They continues as follows. With these releases, it has been recognized that revolutionaries are not terrorists. The appeal trial process continues. None of Tayosan is still under arrest. The hearings will continue on 30 January, 1, 3, 6 February. We call on everyone to attend the hearings.
Biz daha başlarken bu işi direnişle kazanacağımızı biliyorduk. Direnişimizin taleplerinden birisi de tutuksuz yargılanmaktı. Taleplerimizden birini kabul ettiler. Ve zaferi kazandık. Direnişimizin en önemli taleplerinden birisi buydu. Ve davaya önemli bir gedik açtık. Diğer önemli taleplerimizden birisi de anti-terör yasasının kaldırılmasıdır. İnanıyoruz ki onu da kaldırtacağız. Anti-terör yasasıyla bizi yargılayamayacaklar. Bizler devrimciyiz. Devrimcilik yapmak suç değildir.
Justice Against Torture and Disappearance Policies. Symposium will be held by Justice for Ayten Özturk campaign on 29th of January. The aim of this online symposium is to investigate the incidents of abduction, disappearance and torture, to identify and punish those responsible, to lift Ayten Özturk's house arrest and to overturn the unjust sentence against her. Amongst the topics that will be explored and discussed are torture, abduction and disappearance policy in Turkey, secret torture centers, our responsibilities, cross-border overseas operations, secret torture centers in the world as a policy of imperialism. We call on the people of the world to follow and participate in the symposium in solidarity with Ayten and to explore strategies to fight against the secret torture centers around the world. Justice for Ayten Özturk Committee continues to work in Italy. An event was organized in Rome at the Historical International Women's House to advance the campaign to safeguard justice for Ayten Özturk. Ayten also participated online in the event and thanked the campaigners in Italy for their work and solidarity. Theatrical monologue about Ayten was performed by Rosa Colliera called The Gates of Europe. A petition was signed by participants to be sent to the Supreme Court in Turkey to annul the unlawful life imprisonment sentence and is waiting to be approved. Anti-Imperialist Front continued to support the resistance of anarchist political prisoner in Italy, Alfredo Cospito. Alfredo Cospito is determined to continue his hunger strike resistance that was started on 20th of October against the 41-bis hard prison regime and life imprisonment. Delegation of politicians visited Alfredo in prison along with lawyers. Alfredo confirmed once again that he will continue his resistance until his demands be accepted. Recently, Alfredo was made a statement through his lawyer that he will oppose any forced intervention. Anti-Imperialist Front and 11 revolutionary prisoners in Greece published a statement calling on people to support and stand in solidarity with Alfredo. In London, IF supporters issued a video statement in support of Alfredo's resistance. On 19th of January, IF representative attended a rally in Rome organized by Assembly in solidarity with revolutionary prisoners struggle. The resistance in Palestine against the Zionist occupation forces of Zionist Israel, recently targeted the city of Nablus and Jenin. Fierce clashes took place with the Palestinian resistance forces and Zionist forces. For the last few days, resistance forces took to the streets a target number of checkpoints and their resistance against the provocating actions of the occupied settlers. Elsewhere in Palestine, on January 16, 2023, Elsewhere in Palestine, on January 16, Israeli occupation force shot 14-year-old Amer Khaled Lutfi Akkamon in the head in the Aisha refugee camp outside of Bethlehem. Since the very start of 2023, Israeli forces have shot and killed 14 Palestinians, including 4 children, in the occupied West Bank and in Jerusalem. The long march against the 129 AB law starts on 22 January. The march, organized by the Abolish the Fascist Law 129 committee, will be attended by participants from all over Germany and from all over countries. Revolutionary journalist Özgür Emre, member of revolutionary music band İskan Tibelik, and Serkan Küpeli, who were arrested in Germany in May 2022 under the 129 AB law, are still in prison. The long march starts to draw attention to the upcoming trials of the 3 political prisoners and to inform the people how 129 AB is used to terrorize the activities of revolutionaries. On January 22, a one-day soldier hunger strike was held to demand freedom and justice for the death-fast veteran Gökhan Yıldırım, who has been released with suspicion of execution of his penalty in Turkey and has been unlawfully imprisoned again despite the prosecution's decision.
Adın deler dağ başında karları, kokun aşar dereleri, yarları. Çiçek çiçek kuşatırsın dağları, telli duvar, dağları mor salkımlı, dağları güneş güneş, dağları. Çiçek çiçek kuşatırsın dağları, telli duvar, dağları mor salkımlı, dağları.
Grup yorum olarak Gökhan Yıldırım'ın serbest bırakılması için yarın bir günlük destek açıklayabildiyiz.
Coming together against 129 law, putting against 129, which includes some Dunrote, Hildefeld, Berlin, Anti-Imperialist Struggle and Anti-Imperialist Front, participated in the annual Rosa Luxemburg event weekend. It participated in the Rosa Luxemburg conference, which takes place every year in the second week of January. The conference was organized as a mass campaign against the German anti-terror laws 129 AB. The organization and institutions that had stand at the conference were visited one by one. On 15th of January, as every year, there was a march to the mausoleum of Rosa Luxemburg and Karl Liebknecht, who were murdered on 15th of January 1999 by the police of the German Kaiser era, and whose bodies were thrown into the river. The cemetery was filled with the red carnations, flowers and wreaths. We remember the martyrs. Their memory lives in our struggle, said the people there. A big march was organized in Paris on Thursday, 19th of January. According to a law passed by the Macron government 2 weeks ago, the retirement age in France will be raised from 60 to 64. 2 million people took the streets against it. On the same day, there was a strike on public transport. Dear Anti-Imperialist Front TV viewers, our periodical program is now finishing. Follow us in our social media, in Twitter, in Facebook, in Telegram and YouTube channel, also in our blogspot, because follow our media is extend the anti-imperialist voices, the voices of the people. See you in the next program.
Καλή δύναμη, καλή δύναμη, παιδιά.